fate decided.
Hello, everyone. Wow, I was really low there. Camera, that's like a brick. I was trying to get life of a swimming pool. Hey, guys. Yeah, that makes no sense. Go with it. How are we doing today? It's Lethal Collective Friday. Yeah, get it up, guys. Let's get it up. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
All right.
7 more subscribers. 7 subscribers.
7.
We need you. We need
Yes. We need you so
7.
bad in the worst kind of way. 7
Oh.
subscribers away. Will get us to how many, Jake?
I can't count. I've never been able to.
80.
I'm sorry.
We'll be at 80 subscribers.
80 subscribers. Heck yeah.
80. 80 subscribers. We're trying to get to no, silly. It's going to get us to 8. 0. 0. That's right.
I thought you were serious about the 8 for a second. I'm
That
like,
would have been
yes,
great. He's
8
like, you guys,
subscribers.
he's like, you guys are stupid. It's 8.
It's 8. Oh, my gosh. No, folks, we're really close to 800. Appreciate all of you that have already subscribed. If you have not, or know folks who have not, feel free to go door to door. It works for electricity, lawn control, pest control. They hit my door all the time. So feel free to go next to your neighbors, knock on the door, and say, hey, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just need you to do one thing for me real quick. Grab your cell phone, pull up the Lethal Collective YouTube channel, see that button that says subscribe, smash it, and then watch their live streams. That's all you got to do. We're not asking for much. Just spread the word. Spread the word, please. We would greatly appreciate it on your social media and anywhere. Well, guys, before we get busy here, the energy just kicked in. I'm drinking a smoothie in honor of you, Jake, and now you can't see it. There, you can kind of see it. There we go, Smoothie King.
Yeah.
And I swear, whatever's in that stuff, I think it just hit me because my energy was pretty low about 2 minutes ago.
they laced it for you. There you
Dude,
go.
Can I get a
feeling
smoothie
it.
with that stuff?
That stuff, I'm just saying, man. All I know is that it's hitting me.
He's like, it was a $200 smoothie. It was really weird.
It's so good, though.
So good. So good. Well, obviously, guys, we're missing one of our brothers in arms today. Nightwatch Zone. Night's not going to be able to make it today, but he'll be back on Monday. So we'll be resuming just in a couple more days with the 4 of us back. But, guys, what's going on? Jake, give us an update on your movie, dude. What's happening?
Well, we're like nearly in post-production. We keep having to reschedule like the last scene we have to film, unfortunately. But we're almost there.
Say it again?
We keep rescheduling. Like there's one more thing we have to film, and I'm not kidding you when I say it will take us an hour to do. But like it's an outside scene, and it's like it just keeps raining here randomly. So like we just can't. We were gonna do it tonight. Like I was gonna not do a live stream, but then last night the person involved with the scene canceled also, and then I found out it was gonna rain tonight. So it was like it just wasn't gonna happen. I know it's like we have one more thing. We just have one more thing, and we're done. So yeah, no, soon we'll be going into like 100% in post-production and start editing and doing all that. So, but yeah, so nearly there, nearly there.
So has your score been, whoever's writing your score and recording, has it been done yet? Or are they waiting for your cut to start working on it?
We kind of need a rough cut for them to start working on it, but they are, they already got some, they're already like working on some stuff. We already have like half of the original songs recorded too. So we need like 3 more that we got to do in the next like 3 or 4 months or so, but we should be able to do it. Shouldn't be too crazy, but I am starting to get a little stressed because we keep like, it's been like 3 weeks. We've been trying to get this one thing done, and yeah, so hopefully soon.
I mean, that's understandable, man. It's not like you have anything riding on this movie, or anything. It's just a fun little thing, Yeah, I mean, I get that, man. You got a lot going on with this thing. And for those of you, somebody in the chat here just asked, 1 second here, what the name of the movie is. It is Red Right Hand.
Ooh.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
That is it. I love this poster. Killer poster, literally and figuratively.
It's all shot on an original Razor phone. Remember the Razors?
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Yeah. How did you know? We shot the whole thing on.
The whole thing is on an original Razor phone, except for 2 scenes. 2 scenes are filmed on one of those old block phones, just to add some flair.
It's gonna look great. We got it in 480p, guys. It's gonna be insane.
480. Oh gosh. Go. We're gonna get the box back, right? The old box, full. Have the box cut. 480.
Yeah.
You can only watch it on Laserdisc.
Laserdisc,
gosh.
Betamax. That's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Red Right Hand is the name of the movie. And as you saw on the poster, or maybe you didn't happen to notice at the bottom, December 20th release date. So
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited.
I'm not regretting that in the slightest. I'm
So
not
Jake,
regretting
here's
that
my
release
question,
date.
buddy,
What's
for
up?
you on that week. I'd almost prefer to do it on the 20th, honestly. I don't know what day that is, but if not the 20th, like really close, maybe the 21st, depending on, again, the dates. Why don't we all, I think we may have mentioned this before, but the four of the collective, like what we're doing here, we need to do a live watch party of the movie together.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd be
Got
down for
to.
that.
Live watch party.
Yeah.
I would prefer it to be the first time watch, honestly. Well,
Yeah.
at least for us. Not for you, obviously, but for Freight and me and Knight.
You know what we could do? I mean, Jake would have to approve it and stuff. But if we get monetized, maybe we could do a little private screening with the collective. You know?
That could be
I mean,
cool.
don't
'Cause
give an
that's
answer yes or no yet, Jake. You know,
Well,
'cause-
I'll say this: that's a Tuesday on the 20th when it's supposed to come
Okay.
out. So the Monday
Okay.
before, we could do like a private screening for. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. I'd be down for that.
So you're saying that we could, we're going to get monetized before the end. Come on, guys, we got to. If that happens, we can do. We'll figure out. We'll figure out the means and methods and how to get there. But someone or some folks, will figure all that out. Have a chance, guys, to watch the movie a day early, a day before anyone else can see it.
maybe that could be our first like perk for if we do like channel memberships. We get
Yeah.
monetized, do like a channel membership, have like a God tier or whatever, a crazy
Top,
tier.
whatever the top
God's
tier is.
tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like there you go, and it's like
There you go.
get that. Yeah.
We could do it. We could do a lot of different ways. So we could do super chat contest, raffle tickets. We could raffle with super. I mean, just like all kinds of ways we could make it a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So guys, but in order for that to happen, we've got subs. That's the thing. We got to get 207. Right, 207.
207. I guess. I can't count. So once again, you thought I was. You thought that was a joke? No, yeah, no, kidding.
That's funny. So yeah, guys, and you can do that by helping us again. If you've already subscribed, most of you've all subscribed. You're here, but if you could share our channel on your social medias with your friends and family at home, at work, and say, hey, I got a great channel. Check these guys out. And if you're not a horror fan, you may find out you'll become one just by listening to them talk. So anyway, anything you guys can do, we greatly appreciate it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Craven, we have a bunch of news to talk about though this week because it has been nonstop, like nonstop from Monday to now. There's been something every single day. We got a new Friday the 13th coming next year now. It's crazy.
yeah.
There's so much to talk about.
Yes. And I got to tell you, when I saw the news about the Friday the 13th and Jim, my buddy Jim over at Now It's Dark channel, sent me, this is before it was, I didn't see it anywhere else. He sent me this note in my Instagram, and he said, hey, I can't do this, and I'm not going to do anything with it, but thought you might want it. And it was a screenshot of Sean Cunningham's cameo. And I said, oh my gosh, because I was like, no one is talking about this. So I immediately, well, it wasn't even immediately, but it was like a couple of days later, I got the video out yesterday, or the day before last, actually. And I said, it's a Friday the 13th video. It's going to do nothing. Because my first video did, it did like 500 or 600 views, but that was over a few days. Man, do you know that video is 24 hours? Well, it's more than that now. But it's at 1,600 views.
Oh my
I'm like,
God, nice.
What? And I'm wondering if it might be, and I know we're talking a little bit of shop now, but I wonder if it could be, Jake, that since I did one already, this is a second one that the YouTube algorithm is saying, oh, we need to send this out to more people. I don't know the math. It's not math. That's impossible to figure out. But I'm at 1,600 views on a Friday video, which is crazy.
That's good. No, that's really good. Yeah,
It's a good sign, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But yeah, man, so Sean says next year.
Yeah, 2023, which is
Dude.
nuts. Someone pointed out in my comments section, they're like, there's a Friday the 13th in October of next year, which would be a perfect time to release it. And I'm like, oh man, that is a really good point. So I think that would be dope. Whatever happens, I'm down for more Jason killing people, like more than anything. It's so exciting, It's just like, let's go, finally, got it back.
And guess what? Next October, I'm looking at my calendar. There is a Friday the 13th in October of next year.
Yeah.
Got to do it, man.
I mean, there you go. What better time? What better time to release it?
Yeah.
Have to. And so many movies since the last Friday the 13th came out, like have always been have been banking on that Friday the 13th release. Like I think I'm trying, don't quote me on this, but like I think like Happy Death Day and stuff where like they came out like on Friday the 13th and they're like, oh, it's like, or no, it's Freaky. I think Freaky came out on a Friday the 13th because it was like, oh, Freaky Friday. Yeah, exactly. So all these movies are banking on that now for Friday to do that too. It's just like, it's kind of nice. It's just like, oh, hey, that's where it all started. That's the scary Friday the 13th. I don't know what the point I'm getting at here is, but I think it's cool. And it's just exciting to have Jason back on screen. You're vibing good. That's what matters.
It is.
That's what matters.
That's all that matters, bro. I'm vibing with you, man. And I'm feeling what you're putting down. I think it's great. It's exciting. And I know there's been okay, I'll ask you this. There's been every time I did that video, and anytime I mentioned it like in a format where people can comment, there's always this divide. Not like a volatile, like a fighting divide. I mean, there's there's a territory or house of cards, and one deck of cards is Kane Hodder, and one deck of cards is Derek Mears. Yeah. And I happen to be in old school Hodder. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm in the Hodder camp. I like Mears though. Mears is very good, and I've suggested, why don't we do a Nick Castle, James Jude Courtney thing, and have them both?
I would rather see that. I'm gonna be honest. Like have Derek Mears play him for the majority of the movie, but then like just a few little cameo shots where Kane is behind the mask. I'd be down for that personally. I know a lot of people are like, oh, we got to have Kane Hodder back as Jason. He is Jason, and like I totally understand that. But the guy is getting up there. He's like maybe he doesn't want to do a whole movie, whatever the case is. If he does, though, I'm down for it too. I mean, he is probably the best Jason. Even though I do feel like there's obviously a bigger body of work to pull from Kane Hodder's time being Jason than there is from Derek Mears. He only did the one movie. Yes. So like there's that aspect of it too. It's like, what else can Derek Mears bring to the table? We've seen a lot from Kane Hodder. Is there anything else any other tricks that Mr. Mears has up his sleeves? So I don't know. It's just it's something that's bouncing around in my mind. I'm really not going to be disappointed either way though. I think they're both great Jasons.
And are you wearing a Friday the 13th beanie?
And a Jason Lives shirt. Look at that.
Yeah, I see that. Look at you representing.
I came prepared. It's Friday, baby.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. You know that song, right?
I grew up with it, man.
Okay, I was gonna say you got to know this song.
I've heard it too many times. Today is actually Friday the 26th, which I'm not very good at counting, but I can multiply. And I'll tell you what, 13 times 2 is 26. So it's double the bad luck today, actually. So
wow,
it's even worse than a Friday the 13th.
Double the pleasure.
That's for us to find out, I guess.
This is a Lethal Collective stream, Jake.
It does get sensual every now and then. So there you go.
Oh my gosh.
We have Hawkins, House of Horror, in the chat. I just want to say
what's up?
Hello.
What's up, Justin? Good to see you, my man. And we got a lot of great people here. We're at 43 in the live stream. That's pretty darn good.
Ooh.
If you ask me.
Welcome to to only half of the collective.
Yeah, we started with 3. We already lost 1 in battle, but Jake and I are here to the end. Famous last words.
Famous last words.
Carrie says, bring the KY in the tentacles. We're getting sensual. Oh, wow.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh is right.
Little hentai action there with the tentacles. Oh, damn.
If Jen was here, she would have some choice comments on that, I'm sure. Gosh. Yeah, thank you guys for coming out today. This is great. We had a great turnout. Gary's putting in the link for the shorthand, shorthand, the short film Red Right Hand, shorthand, how to take notes much faster. So anyway, yeah, check it out. I did a reaction video to that on the Movie Bros. Mac and
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, make sure to check out the
We're
short.
ripping apart this new one, dude. Don't worry, we're gonna tear it into shreds. No, I'm joking.
Good. That's what I want.
I really can't wait to see it.
Man, the new movie makes the short look like dog shit. So I will say that. But enjoy the short for now. You know, that's what I'll say. So
That's awesome. But that's what you want to feel, right? You don't want to be looking at your footage and be thinking, man, we did it much better before. This is not good. You know what I'm saying? Like this, that's the progression.
yeah, no, that's a good thing. It's like I know that sounds really negative. I'm in a weird mood today too. So if I sound like really pessimistic, it's just like I don't know. I'm like kind of. It's been a rough week. You know, it's been a rough week. I'm just tired. but no,
listen, man,
I'm vibing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've had a rough week. And hey, Chris from Discover Montreal, the inside source of photos and stories. Which guys, not to self promote or whatever it's called. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit out of rhythm too. But last Saturday on my channel, Chris came on and we discussed some filming location stuff. He was talking about when he was watching them film the movie. Jake was there. Jake was even on the stream. It was the three of us together. And Carrie, if you wouldn't mind putting that link in the chat, if you guys have not specifically watched that live stream, you really should. It was so informative. Chris brought so much to the table and explaining everything, and he talked about some scenes he saw being filmed at McGill, and it was there he is, and it's really, really awesome information. So if you have any interest in behind the scenes kind of happenings, if you will, in Montreal, that's the one you want to go watch. Chris lives there. He's an ambassador of the city, and he's even requesting to play spicy mustard. So Jake, I think I know the perfect thing to help get you out of funk you're in. You're trying to break free of it. I think this will do it. So guys, all I can tell you at home and on the collective is to crank your volume up. Let it rip.
Do you feel the hunger tonight? Are you a little hungry? I wanna be a hot dog. Be a hot dog tonight. I'm a hot dog. If you wanna take a bite, I'm a hot dog. If you wanna dip me in spicy mustard, then you can, because I'm a hot dog. Wow.
There you go.
That is the greatest song I've ever heard in my life. We need to replicate that.
And you know what the bad thing is? It will dig in like hooks into your brain, and it will start repeating when you're doing random stuff in your head. You'll start hearing the melody. I had someone message me earlier and said, I can't get that beep spicy mustard song out of my head. It won't leave me alone.
Oh my god. That's
do you think,
something
Jake?
right there. I love it. You know what? I feel immediately better. Like that's the medicine that I needed. Truly the remedy I was looking for.
Oh man.
I long for the dog, as they say.
Oh dang. Oh, here we go. Chris is saying filming looks to have wrapped. All the actors are heading home. Excellent.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And by the way, Chris, I have to say, was the one who broke the story. Well, if you call it a story, I call it a story, that they filming was wrapping today, because the word going around social media by the so-called leakers was that filming had been pushed out to like September something, and it was going around everywhere. And Chris actually was chatting with me, and him were chatting. He said, "No, man." He said, I got confirmation it closes on the 26th. And so I immediately, that's what I started saying from that point forward. And so Chris is confirming it again now here on the 26th that they've all headed home. It's awesome, Chris, man. You're on top of it, dude. Yep.
Heck yeah.
It's awesome. Hope you had a good break, Chris. If you got away out of town, man, hope you had some good. All right, so Friday the 13th, Fate. Whenever you were out,
Yeah.
Jake and I have just been talking about it. And any thoughts on the 13th?
I mean, 13th is always a good day, but I mean, if we're talking about the movie, depends on what. Can you guys hear me okay and everything? By the way,
Yeah.
I had some technical difficulty. I had some technical difficulty on the computer, but yeah, because I just moved. So everyone that knows, it just moved. So everything I had to like set up. But anyway, the movie. I mean, it depends on what they do. I mean, obviously, I'm excited for a Friday the 13th movie. I want a Friday the 13th movie. I know there was some new update, but I haven't looked into it. Did they kind of give some clarification? I thought it was just like update about like, oh, the movie's coming. Like,
Well,
wasn't there something?
Yeah, something more definitive is Sean Cunningham on his cameo profile. It now says in there, he directed or he created a franchise that produced 12. I don't know whatever it is, but anyway, the point of it is it says that there is a new installment coming next year, so a new Friday the 13th, and that's on his actually on his bio now profile.
Okay, so that's a great sign. So yeah, I mean, hopefully, Sean and was it Victor came together and they figured it out. Because that's just the easiest approach, and I'd imagine that they have if they're going to actually put this movie out, because you gotta be able to do everything. You can't have hindrance, like you can't have Jason without the mask and stuff like all like the little nuances. Like even the way that whole ruling went was like it made no sense. It was like you have the rights to Jason after the second movie, but you can't use the mask. And it's like, but didn't Jason get the mask like in that movie? Wasn't it like wasn't it part 3 when he gets the mask?
Yeah,
Isn't that when Jason
he only has the Victor Miller only wrote the screenplay for the first one.
The first one.
Yeah, so that's why he can only do like baby swamp Jason running around massacring people with his mom, basically.
Baby Jason.
So it just depends on what they. It just depends on what they do, what they what the story is, what correct connection. I would rather them just kind of clean slate, give us a proper like I like the what was it 2009 one, but like but I'd either like a sequel. Oh, Koopa. Embrace
Much
me.
love. Embrace.
But I'd either like the either like create a sequel after that one where you kind of tie in because it's open, it's there like that, or just, which I'd probably prefer better, just start from scratch. It's been so long, kind of do the new route. I liked that 2009 kind of was like a requel before the requels were a thing. It just kind of like the first the opening credits showed you the backstory, and then it got to the like modern time. I am okay if they did that. Like I don't think they need to go back to because everyone that knows the story, and anybody that doesn't probably doesn't care enough. Like any new audiences, you're opening them to Jason, and any casual fans, the only thing that they know is Jason. Like if you're somebody that's never watched, but of Friday the 13th, of it because of Jason. So like, why go backwards? So it just depends on what they do, but I'm definitely excited for it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It'll give us some more stuff to talk about. And I think it's as good of a time as ever, with Halloween coming to an end, figuratively and literally.
For now.
But yeah, for now. Well, yeah.
I am worried about them making like a Tommy Jarvis the new like Laurie Strode. Like that's something I said in my video. I was like, I just hope they don't take the Texas Chainsaw 2022 route where it's like they just turn Tommy Jarvis into he's an old man now, and oh god, man, 40 years ago when 40 years ago Jason fucked me up, and now I'm seeking revenge all these years later when he magically returns. Like I'm just like, dude, I'm so done with that plot line. I've seen like every franchise do it. Let's do something else. And like you said, Fate, they kind of already did the whole requel idea, like in the most like primitive version of it in the 2009 movie. Like, yes, it's kind of a remake, but it also, like you said, like it recaps the entire first movie and is technically a direct sequel to that. So for me, I would rather them just try something else. Like, once that's also following in the Texas Chainsaw lineage that also kind of did that. Texas Chainsaw 3D is in itself a requel, and then they just do it again with TCM 2022. So I hope Friday tries something else out instead of going the requel route. I just want another movie with, like, we don't have to explain it. Let's just have Jason come out of the lake and start killing some camp counselors, new characters. That's what I want, honestly.
Yeah, like what if they just did something simple, like, like it's this abandoned camp from 30 years ago. This group of teens come, they go. There's no mother, no backstory. There's nothing like that. They just go to kind of, what was it, part 2? Wasn't that part 2? Like where they, like, the camp has been closed for something. Like, go that route. Camp's been closed for 30 years. You got 30 people that are there to, like, just kind of get the camp in order so they can open it, next year or whatever. And then Jason just comes out because he's living there as, like, a hermit. Like, you don't even have to have, like, the backstory and everything. It could just be some guy that's been living there on this thing, and he is just fucking crazy. Like, just runs through everybody. Like, keep it simple. Like, that's my thing. Like,
I got a question, Faye, on that idea. So if we did that, or if they did that, rather, if we did that, we have a lot of ideas. But if they were to go that route, don't you want to see, or would you want to see, I guess the answer is a question, a new young Jason? Or do you want to see a 65, 70-year-old Jason? I mean, we're already getting a 65-something-year-old in Michael Myers in Ends. I mean, he's doing great, though. James Courtney looks awesome. Yeah. But
absolutely.
So I'm not saying it can't be done. Like, it can be done. I get that. I mean, but I'm just wondering, though, if do we want to say that's the same Jason, or are you saying they're opening the camp and it's a new person, kind of like wanting to be a copycat situation?
No, I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't even have ties to the past movies. I'm saying clean slate. Like, clean slate. You got, it's just, Jason is just some dude. Because, I mean, even the backstory is not the greatest backstory in the world. Like, he drowned as a child. It isn't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And, like, he drowned as a child, but he came back as a man. He lived, like, he didn't go even try to go look for his mom or anything. Like, it makes no sense. So just clean slate. You got this guy who's, in his, like, 40s or 30, late 30s, mid 40s. He's living there on this camp. It's his fucking home. He's some, like, hermit. And you got these people that are coming to this camp that he's lived at, and he's just slaughtering them. And, maybe you could throw in, like, the myths and the legend, kind of keep it campfire-y. Like, there's some guy in this woods that's lived here for the last, 30, 40 years, and hikers throughout this woods disappear every year, and blah, 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 blah. And there you go. There's your backstory. You have the guy. He's there, and he just runs through all these camp people. Like, we don't, like, just clean, fresh break. You could even start the movie off where, maybe one of the campers has, like, the mask, the iconic mask. Jason slaughters them and then takes the mask, puts the mask on or something to have, like, that symbolism moment, that these movies like to have. Or he just has it in his shack. He just, like, has this mask and machete in his shack, and he just grabs it, throws it on, and just starts slaughtering everybody. You don't have to do anything complex. It doesn't have to be something that's like complicated. Keep it simple. Have Jason, have the mask, have it at Camp Crystal Lake. You're good. There you go. There's your movie. Like,
yeah, they don't need to go the requel route, I don't think, with Friday. Like, to keep it, the simple movies are the best in this franchise to me. Like, personally, I hope they just go that route and they just make another Friday the 13th movie. That's what I want with, like, the only thing I would change is just give us better characters. Like, that's really the only thing I would change. Just basically make, like, a part 2, a part 4, a part 7 again, but with better characters. Like, I'm so okay with that. And I know, like, listen, I'm also the guy who's preaching, like, do something different with Scream 6 or it's gonna suck. Yes, but every franchise is different. You know what I mean? Like, every single franchise requires something as of right now. Like, it's different time period. There's different lengths of time that has been in between the last entry in this franchise to now too. and I'm waiting for something simple and fun, something like X. Like I would love Ty West to do it. I know that's probably not going to be the case, but just give us something simple. We don't got to go the Tommy Jarvis old man route. I don't think personally.
What if we got a sequel to Jason X? Like what if
On
it's like
the other
in space?
yeah.
Like and you just get like you just go full sci-fi with it. Like, you know, and actually put like a real budget and actors and stuff into it. Do you think that could work, or do you think like that would just be total
I
disaster?
would see it. I would totally see that. I'll tell you what, like they would get my money. I don't know if it would be good, but I would see it. You know, it's one of the, it's kind of one of those things, you know. But yeah, I would check it out. I would check it out. Honestly, takes place right where the last one left off.
Imagine it being a Sci-Fi Channel original, a Sci-Fi Channel original movie. No.
Well, then it would suck.
Don't do it. Dang. That would be
Sci-fi is
Shark.
yeah, Shark. I was just gonna say Sharknado is the only thing I care for from their like
Yeah.
entire catalog,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yep.
What about a
Same here.
Sharknado versus Jason?
They would do that
Oh.
probably. They would probably make that.
They probably would too. They just have Jason fighting a bunch of sharks in this tornado for 2 hours. I would watch that. I'm not gonna lie.
I would.
I'd
Yeah.
watch
Once again, they'd get my money, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's about it.
Oh, man.
But what? Okay, outside, like, would you be okay if they turn Jason? Like, let's say we get away from Camp Crystal Lake. Let's say we get away from like the old school stuff. What if like they just took Jason as a character and just made an entirely new story? Like Jason, hockey mask, boom, entirely new story. Like, you know, some, you know, just slasher. Like Jason is just some dude in, you know, that was abandoned as a baby or something like that and grew up feeding over here. He lives in this warehouse and you got this like group of kids that want to have like a Halloween party or something at this warehouse. You know, almost like a See No Evil. Did you guys ever see that movie, See No Evil? Kind of like that, but like with Jason.
Okay, I'm trying to remember if I've seen that one or not, but man, yeah, that. I mean, I just want it to be. I mean, I'd be okay if it was completely cut off. Let's say brand new. You know, kind of like with the new Halloween movie, not ends, but I mean the next one. I would like it to
Yeah.
see cut off from the past, where it's a brand new, totally starting over from scratch. So I'd be for something like that with Friday. Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
My cat just like ran into the room and it scared the hell out of me. Like the door like blasted open. I'm just like, oh god. So, everything's good. But yes to Friday with a different backstory. I'd be okay with that personally. And I would love to do like what like people have been talking about like Jason in the snow and like obviously yes, subscribe to that. Obviously, we got Never Hike in the Snow, which was awesome, and I would love to see an entire movie like that. So if they were to go that route, yeah, and subscribe to that too. That one's a good one too. Yeah, if they were to go like that, make that the whole thing, it's like in a whole new setting, and it's somewhere like up north maybe with like in the middle of the winter. I'd be so down for that. That would be so cool.
Yeah. Subscribe to that.
Subscribe to that too.
I didn't want to interrupt Jake.
Hey, there you go. There's three alternate channels and additional channels you could add to your watch library. You're getting Lethal Collective, all of our individual channels, and these other channels. We can literally keep you entertained 24 hours a day without listening to any other channels. That's all you need.
7
Look at
days a
that.
week.
All of our channels. Just throw them all into a blender and just watch them all. You'll be good to go.
So
I see what you did there.
that's it.
You'll have an amazing tasting smoothie.
Really. Along with the movie.
Along with the, yes.
But yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, whatever they decide to do, I just want a good movie. Like that's all I want. Like yeah, I mean, it is nice to kind of be in this like come back to the classics, I guess. But I feel like if you're gonna do that, like let's create something new. like I would love a new. We've talked about it with Halloween. Like I would love a new story with Michael Myers. No Laurie, no nothing. Just Michael Myers, just whatever. He's just some psycho. No explanation, no rhyme, no reason. Just run around killing people. You know, like do something with Freddy. Like it's like I understand you're trying to attack newer generations and newer audiences and stuff, but those other movies still exist. you know,
Yeah.
so it's like I don't know. So just kind of my thoughts on it. Like let's start fresh. And the movies aren't so old that like everybody that grew up with those movies are dead. Like if it was like 100 years, then like yeah, okay, I get it. But like we're like there's people that are in their 40s that when those movies came out, like
Yep.
like you still got another 80 years. It's like man,
Yeah.
but
I'm one of them. I'm
Yeah.
one of them. When they all came out, I was there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
And I
Do something.
I know I say that about like, oh man, I'm sick of the requels, but I have liked a lot of them. Like, I think a lot of them are good and worked with their respective franchises. Like Scream 2022, I think is really good. I love Halloween 2018. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. It was $10 at Spirit Halloween. But I like I dig a lot of them. They're good. A lot of them are good. But I'm just like, man, every franchise is doing it now, and I'm kind of just like, let's do something else, guys. Come on, there's other ideas out there, So I don't know. I'm with you there, Fate. I want something new.
Yeah, tell us some new stories, Like I get it.
Yeah.
The easy way is to just requel this stuff. Like that's the easy way. Like, but let's get creative. Let's branch out a little bit. Like let's tell some new stories. Like let's see what you can explore with like a Michael Myers, And no matter what, you're gonna be successful. Like people might not like the movie. Well then okay, you're not doing a trilogy, but people are gonna go see at least that first movie. Like just because it's Halloween. You throw the name on, you have Michael Myers, boom, you're good. Like try something new. You might have a bunch of people because I just think in general, I'm sure a majority of people are just sick of like, okay, I've already seen this movie 100 times. Like, yeah, it's different, it's new, it's more modern, but it's like how many times can you recreate that? 10 years from now, we're gonna get a new Halloween and it's gonna be the same story again. Like, no, like you could keep these franchise. Like if you turn Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all that stuff into like its own, like each film is like a different story or like a different movie. You could keep these franchises going every year forever and make like 200 million a year every single year like clockwork because they're so iconic and so known. It's
And
just
of course we'd go
you gotta
see
pay
it,
the
like
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
right.
You're gonna make money. Like you're gonna make money on it. But like, the thing is like the next one's gonna come out and it's gonna be like, okay, like, and then you're gonna try to do a trilogy. People will be like, I already saw that, 5 years ago. Like, I don't need to see it. It's just like there's no creativity anymore when it comes to this stuff. It's like, and I understand you want to make money, but like these these franchises are so iconic, you're gonna make money. You're not gonna lose money on this.
No.
And if you get creative, you do something cool, you might make more money because people are like, oh, this is something completely different. This is something completely new. There's probably 1 million people out there that didn't watch this most recent Halloween trilogy because they assume that it's going to be exactly the same movie. And guess what? It was, like it's the same as like the Rob Zombie, all those movies. So like now if you tap into a new audience, you're tapping into the old school fans, like the current fans, the newer fans. And then you're also targeting to those people that are like, I don't need to see Michael Myers, hunt Laurie Strode for the 30th time. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, like I can watch these past movies. Like, now it's like, oh, like they're doing something different. Like, okay, like that's why like the rumored like Halloween anthology series, I think is brilliant. Do that. Like, like every season have like a different movie. Like, so anyway.
Congrats, Ghostface Fanatic, on getting 100 subs. That's
Nice.
good, man. That's
Nice.
very good.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Keep the grind.
Extron
Keep the
said,
grind.
I just hit 100 as well. That's right. Well done.
Congrats, Extron. Awesome.
That's very good.
I love to
yeah.
see it. I love to see it in this community. All the people starting YouTube channels, growing their channels. It's awesome.
It's so fun. I love it. Dre says, only reason it works for Halloween and Scream is because they have real legacy characters, unlike others.
And I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Like I think that's
That's
why it
true.
didn't work for the new Texas Chainsaw was because Sally
Yep.
Hardesty just isn't like they tried to turn her into Laurie Strode. It didn't work. And if they do the same thing with Friday, it will also fail. Like it just will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if they bring anybody back from any legacy characters back from Friday the 13th and the new one, just look for the nearest trash bin or trash bag pile, and that's where they're going to end up. So, I know where they're going to die.
Right. There's just no super developed characters in the frame. You can argue Tommy Jarvis all day, but like I just don't think I don't think it'll work. I don't know. I just don't think it'll work the same way it will with Laurie Strode. So I want to take the X approach, man. The X approach I think would be great. Have like 8 solid characters who are really well written, and have Jason picking them off. Keep it as simple as that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Jordy said, I saw my first Halloween movie 41 years ago when I was 5. Been watching horror since I was 3. Wow. All right.
Nice.
Fantastic.
I saw Seed of Chucky when I was like 7, and I crapped my pants.
Brilliant.
That one in particular too. Like that. Yeah, that one scared me. I don't know. Yeah. It's a goofy movie too. So.
Well, it's perspective, right?
Right.
What your age is, all that plays a factor too. So you're good.
Is it?
It's all right.
Speaking of a goofy movie, that's like my favorite Disney movie.
A goofy movie?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
like
dude.
that movie is amazing. Like Powerline. Come on. I want to see everyone in the chat put Powerline in the chat. Show me some the Goofy movie is the greatest Disney movie ever. That and Aladdin might be my 2 favorite Disney movies.
Oh, Aladdin is so good. I fucking
Yeah.
the music in Aladdin is fantastic.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No,
I
hang on.
can show
No.
you the world.
Show you. See, this is why I wish I had just like an amazing voice, but my voice will make us lose all our subscribers. But because how beautiful would it be if I just started belting out that song just beautifully, like
We just do a
perfectly.
duet of it. That would be insane. People would lose their minds. They'd be like, "What? Where did this come from?"
Oh, you know what we should do one time? We should find 2 people that are really good at singing, and then you and me will just voice over it.
We'll just play a recording and just mouth it. That'd be great.
Just be like, be like, wow, did you see that? They can really sing. Like, yeah.
They're really good. What?
What? Like,
Lip syncing. Culp says, has Scream wrapped? Yes. So Chris from Montreal discovered Montreal was a little earlier before you made it on. Confirmed that they have wrapped it today, and that the actors they're all heading home. So those that were still there, they're gone, folks. It's in the can, as they say. It's all going to be going to your editors and your post-production stuff and getting ready for December, my friends, for the first trailer and poster, hopefully to drop.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Exciting stuff.
Cannot wait. Yes, indeed. A lot of people are doing this power line, man.
that's right. I love it. I love it.
Power line?
That's
What?
right.
Little Mermaid is
Power.
the shit. I would love to say that to like a 6-year-old girl, just be like, "Oh, Little Mermaid is the shit," and people are like, "Dude, relax,
Chill out, dude.
yeah, chill out.
Don't do Disney. Hey, that's
Don't
all
do
right.
this stuff.
Don't do Disney." Oh man. Well, listen, I as much as I am
Unless
a horror
it's
guy,
Powerline.
yeah.
Hey, fun fact about Powerline. They originally wanted Michael Jackson to voice it, and he wouldn't do it. So they got Tevin Campbell, who sounds a lot like him. So Powerline is supposed to be Michael Jackson. They wanted Michael Jackson to do. They wanted Michael Jackson to do the song and voice of Powerline, but they weren't able to get him. So they got Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell was the voice of Powerline. He even released like a whole CD with all those songs,
It's
which
been a
I
long
don't own
time.
anymore.
Been a long time since I saw the Goofy movie. I saw that like once as a kid. I'm gonna be honest. Like I hate to disappoint,
Dude,
but
I've
That's
never
like
seen it.
that's like a once a month. My kids are like, "Can we not watch the Goofy?" I'm like, do you pay the rent here? Sit down.
you will watch the Goofy movie with me right now, Mister. That's so,
We've
so,
watched
so funny.
we have the Goofy movie playing nonstop in the house. Why do we have to watch it on this TV? Because I said so. That's why. Because it's Powerline. Sing the songs. Do the dances.
That's
Like those dance moms.
yeah. A Spirited
See ya,
Away.
Carrie.
I watch. See ya, Carrie. Peace out.
See you, Carrie.
Have fun at the football game.
I'm gonna go cry
Nice.
my eyes out at the Browns game tomorrow. So it's gonna be.
What do
Well,
you
it's
think of
preseason.
what do you think of the
Yeah,
11? What do you think of the 11 game suspension?
I don't like. I just don't care anymore, man. I just like, man. It's impossible to root for the Browns this year, especially if it wasn't already tough to do that. God, I'm just.
How
like,
hard is it going to be for you to root when Watson is under center, dude? I mean, how are you going to feel personally about that, dude?
It like I'm telling you right now, this is the stupidest decision that has ever been made in football. And I know people are like, I don't care. I want you guys to talk about horror, but like, I got to get this off my chest. Like the Deshaun Watson thing is it will go down in history as the stupidest thing that has ever been done in NFL history. And I just cannot get behind this team anymore. It's the Browns are the worst organization in football, man. Ugh, makes me hate living in Cleveland.
Cleveland Rock.
I mean, it was
Cleveland
bad
Rocks.
enough that they have to lose every year, but now you're hiring a woman predator as your starting quarterback.
Literally,
That doesn't help anything.
Dude, so dumb. I hope like Baker Mayfield is playing us in the first game like of the actual season, and I hope he kicks our ass. Like I hope he just destroys
he.
the Brown. Yeah, no, I hope he kills us. Like it's man, it's ridiculous. But yeah.
Well, who's your quarterback now for 11 games?
This backup guy, he's not bad. Yeah, I can't remember.
Jacoby Brissett.
Kobe. Okay.
I think he played. Did he play in the last game or the game before that? I can't remember. He played one of them.
I think you play. You talk about preseason games?
Yeah, preseason games. Yeah, he played one of the games, and I guess he did pretty good.
He played. Yeah, he played the first preseason game, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, and but yeah, he's supposed to be the temporary guy unless they go get Jimmy Garoppolo. But
how can they afford to do that when they paid Deshaun what 200 something million
so that he can sit on the bench?
And it's like guaranteed. It's like, are you all guaranteed money?
Stupidest trade in NFL history. Like I swear to God.
So there's no way they can get another quarterback.
Yeah,
but this is something I've talked about. Like it's unfortunate, but if you're talented and you're really good at something, people don't care. Like if you're winning, like you could, like there's people that have been convicted of murder and have gone and had successful careers and stuff like that. Like it's unfortunate, but it's reality. Like if you're really good at something and you're successful at it, then at the end of the day, as long as you're giving results, like majority of people don't care.
But
and that's why teams like
well, the owners for sure. Yeah, they just want a Super Bowl.
We'll get off this topic, I promise. But like I have just one more thing to add to that. Like they're just trying to do what the Rams did. Like, you know what I mean? They're just trying to do the exact we're gonna go to the Super Bowl now. It's gonna be great. But it's not in no way the same situation. And they just banked that, it's gonna be the same turnout as what the Rams did. Totally different situation though. We have no idea how Watson's gonna play after all that time off. I don't know. I don't
He hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah, I don't
and
think
now
he's
gonna
be
miss
good.
another year.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be. It's the adjustment period. He needs a big adjustment period to even get closer and any close to how he was. I just don't think he's going to be good. It was truly the dumbest decision in football history, man. Ugh, God.
But next year he might, after 6 games this year and all off season. I mean, that he could be a lot better. He's still physically talented. Like he has the tools. It's just if you can get past the person.
That's
the
thing.
problem.
I just don't want to root for. I don't want to root for him anyways. You know what I mean? Like he's clearly an asshole. I don't know, but yeah.
All right, guys, we'll go for about another maybe 10 minutes, somewhere around there, guys.
And we'll talk about horror too.
Yeah,
we'll talk about horror movies.
We went from 50 people, we've dropped to 34 when we started talking football.
Yeah,
was really like, I'm out.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Craven and Jake and Fate. I'm putting Fate in there. You just probably forgot. Oh, would y'all like LL Cool J back for ends? I mean, I'll go first this time. I will tell you this. I will defend H2O to the death. I love that movie, and I thought that LL Cool J played his role very well. I thought he really, unlike Busta, all right, which is a whole nother story. I thought LL did a good job as a security guard. I thought he was good. I was entertained. By him. So, Jake,
Are you
what
not
do you think?
entertained?
Not entertained.
Yeah, I think he's great too. I mean, like, I would probably say there's no chance of him being in Halloween Ends, but
Yeah,
like, hey,
same.
I'm down for I'm always down for like weird characters from the past to come back for like just like like a little cameo appearance or something. That's always fun. So
Yeah.
What if it's he's a different character entirely?
I mean, probably like that's
Yeah.
like because doesn't he dies in H2O, right? Like doesn't he die in H2O? Or
No.
He doesn't. It's been a
No,
minute
I
since
believe
I've seen
he's.
that.
I'm pretty sure if I remember right, he survives. I think he's one of the only survivors in H2O. Yeah, I think he does survive it.
Okay,
He gets
for whatever
attacked,
reason,
but he
I thought
doesn't die.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm thinking about that scene. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sure. Like it would be for me. It would just be like, oh, cool moment. I've talked about this before. Like, like some people are like they go to movies for people, like for actors and actresses and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I'm much more interested in whoever wrote the script and who's directing. Like, that is what brings me to a movie personally. But I don't know. It's just not something I never like. If Matt Damon is in a movie, I don't immediately go see it. Like I love Matt Damon, but like if the concept doesn't interest me, I'm kind of like, whatever. I probably won't see it. But I'm weird. I guess I'm weird like that. I'm a weirdo.
No, not at all, man. No. Call up saying 3 new cast members on the Scream 6 IMDb smaller roles. Yeah, I haven't looked at my IMDb Pro account this week, so I'll take a look at that.
And be careful with IMDb. It's not always
the thing.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
always true.
Seriously,
We
be very
were
careful.
talking about actors earlier in the year that did not end up being in the movie at all. So
That's right. Remember those first 2 people? We all did videos on them. The girl and the guy,
yep.
and they're nowhere to be found or anything. There's been nothing. Of course, watch the movie, and they're like in the opening kill or something. Or like what?
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be there though.
No, probably not. But hey, you
They're
never
off
know.
the thing too.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
off the thing now? Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. I used to think IMDb was reliable, but then I did this whole video on Insidious 5 like years ago. Like I was talking about that and gotcha.
Yep.
So I did this video like back in 2020 where I was talking about like, oh, Insidious 5 just got confirmed on IMDb, and it's like none of it was true. Like nothing that they put on this website was true about it. And it's just like, oh
Man.
man, that fucking blows. So yeah, you got to be careful with and you would think that would be a reliable website, right? But no,
It
it's
should be, especially them paying friggin' $20 a month to be a member.
and it's
Well,
not
you think-
easy to
you
make a
think the
page.
pro-
There.
Yeah.
I have
well,
a
you
pro
think
account.
the pro? Yeah, you would think the pro account would be secure. You know what I mean? Like you would think
exactly.
like I understand the free account, but you think the pro account would be strictly for like producers and people that are actually putting the information out there, not just anybody with the pro account. Apparently, it's a lot harder with the pro account. Like you actually have to like show verification, but I don't know what their verification process is. Probably nothing. It's probably like
Yeah. I don't know, man. I have a pro account because it's the way that I'm able to contact a lot of these people for these interviews. These celebrity interviews that I try to get done, cast members. So that's the only reason. Like if I didn't do that on my channel, if I wasn't an interviewer thing as part of what I do, I wouldn't. I just had the free one. That's the only reason I've got it. It's just for
Yeah.
contacts. That's it. Contact people. Information. Anyway. Yeah. Everybody's talking about Urban Legend in the chat. That's a great movie,
I love that
in my
movie.
opinion.
Oh yeah,
It's my favorite post-Scream movie, and that's post-Scream era, that
Yeah.
few year, that decade or whatever. It's my favorite.
I completely
the cast
agree.
is great.
Yeah, I think it's super underrated. I love the twist. I love the characters.
Yeah.
Urban Legend's great, man. It's awesome.
Robert Englund, man, come on.
Yeah, and Robert Englund. Yeah, I forgot he's in that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys like part
So
two?
good. I like part.
Did you guys like?
It's,
did
it's like
too.
a
It's not
little
bad.
It's even cheesier than the first one, so it's a little
Yeah.
it's a little much, but I liked it. It's good.
Yeah, I can take it.
I haven't seen
can
the
watch
third
it.
one.
You
Though.
know,
Have you guys seen the third one?
You guys want to know a horror movie fact that I wasn't aware of that I just
think-
learned the other day was have you guys seen American Psycho 2
yeah.
I've never seen
So-
the second one. I've always
with
thought
Mila
about watching
Kunis and William Shatner and stuff like that? So that entire
Shatner?
movie,
Yeah.
yeah, William Shatner's in it, everything. So that
I didn't
entire
know
movie
that.
was so that entire movie was filmed and like produced everything as a completely different movie. Like it was supposed to be something completely different. And they one of the big execs or whatever were like, let's throw on the American Psycho tab to it. That's why it doesn't make any sense to the first movie. And so like William Shatner, everybody, even Mila Kunis, I guess apparently they were all like completely against it because they all thought they were doing like a normal slasher. And if it wasn't tied to the first film, it would have been a lot better. It was just terrible because it made no sense and it didn't add up. And so the opening scene and the final scene, they ended up filming after because it was supposed to start and end completely different because it wasn't an American Psycho movie. It was something completely else. So I was like watching this whole like behind the scenes thing. It was on YouTube. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And like they were breaking down like the history of the movie. And I can't remember what it was. It was supposed to be called like an like All American Girl Slasher or something like that. Which would have made a lot more sense because the girl was just some crazy psychopath. Like, and that's all it was.
Yeah.
And the whole point was that she like manipulates people to get what she wants. Like, you know, that's the whole thing. And then they completely, like, while they were in the middle of filming it, just completely switched the whole thing up, which I thought was just crazy bizarre. Some idiot up that was in charge of the money was like, let's name it American Psycho 2. And they named it American Psycho 2 and it bombed because of it.
And I'll tell you what, I've never seen a worse opening scene to a movie ever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it has the
Oh, wow.
very worst opening scene to any movie I've ever seen. It is, it's awful.
Well, let me ask
Yeah,
you all
because
this.
they had to make it make sense.
I know, but why?
So
you know?
again, I haven't seen it, and I plan to see it, but I have to ask you guys this: if anyone here is worried about a spoiler, turn the volume down for like 30 seconds. This is gonna be a quick question. So here I go. I'm gonna ask the question. Jake in Fate, does William Shatner? How long is he in the movie? That's all I want to know.
Almost the whole thing.
Okay.
Like in pieces. Like
here and
it's
there.
not. Yeah, like you'll see him. There's like he's in probably about like, if I had to guess, like say 20, 30 minutes at most. But it's in like several. But like you get like little like there's like several scenes with him. It's nothing that's like super prominent because he's like the dean of the college or whatever. So he's just kind of.
There's
So
kind
he's
of a whole
just- it's just
subplot going on with him, you know, and it's it's okay.
Yeah,
you
he's like-
know?
he's the dirty teacher that sleeps with the students. Is
That's
what
what
he is.
I already said. When Jake said that, I said, there's only one thing
Yeah.
it could be with a subplotter for the dean. He's got to be going after the
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Got it. All right.
And like, you know, usually I'd like even Mila Kunis, and like I've seen her in some other movies where like the movie itself wasn't great, but she gives a good performance, you know? Like even here
Yeah.
I just don't care for her character. It's same thing with William Shatner. Like I'm just like he's just an awful dude, and I'm just like I can't, like there's no one to root for in this movie. It's
Yeah.
it's just not it's a miss. It's a miss for me.
Maybe I
Yeah, well,
won't watch
and
it.
they completely retcon and like change the original American Psycho motive. Like, cause have you seen the original American Psycho?
Oh heck yeah, many times.
Okay, yeah. So like, you know how like the whole point of it is like, is it in his head? Is it not?
Right.
Like, obviously he acted it out. Like, you know, he's just crazy. Like, there's no real reason. He's just like, no, they like try to explain it as he's like the most notorious serial killer in history and this, that, and the other. And like, it just makes no sense.
Ruins
As
the
a-
magic. Ruins.
It
The
ruins
magic.
it ruins the first movie. It ruins the first movie entirely because when the big executive person or whatever decided, because they were already done with the film, and so like the big executive guy was like, oh, like I don't think this movie's gonna do good, and everyone loved it. William Shatner, Mila Kunis, like everybody was like campaigning for the movie, like this is a great movie if you keep it intact. but the studio was like, it's not going to make money as like a normal slasher. We need to add something. And so the guy, I guess, I don't know exactly why, but the video was talking like one of the like running theories is that he like a day or two earlier he watched American Psycho and was like, oh, this could fit in as that, you know, one of the best like movies ever, like. And so he like was like, let's throw on American Psycho 2, and then they filmed like the first scene, like one of the middle scenes, and then like the scene at the end to make it make sense. But it still makes no sense. Like it was atrocious. Yeah. So
it blew something, all right.
yeah, yeah. Shut your mask. Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, guys. Well, listen, it's been a little over an hour, and we've had a great time. But I think it's about that time, Jake. You've got a stream coming up, right? You want to share about? I do.
Yeah, 7:45. Come on over to the old Killjoy Jake stream, and we're gonna discuss Evil Dead Rise and Halloween Ends. So I haven't been able to make a video about that, but it's something I really want to talk about with everybody. So let's talk about Evil Dead Rise going to theaters next year, everybody. I'm excited.
Well, okay. I was about to ask you for a tease. So it's not going to be coming out this fall.
No, it'll be coming out in April of next year, but instead of going to HBO Max, it's going to theaters. So I think that's a great decision personally, and I'm really excited to talk about it.
So Scream 6 on the 31st of March, which is basically April, and then Evil Dead a couple of weeks later.
Yeah. Dude,
wow.
I'm so excited.
Faye, I know you're in the midst of being a very busy person with moving and life. Yes. Anything on the channel coming up you want to share, or just stay tuned to the channel?
Yeah, just stay tuned to the channel. We just got settled in. I got to move again once we find the new house to buy. So, but in the meantime, we got a place stable in. I gotta figure out my office situation. So that way, at least temporarily. So yeah, I'll definitely be once I get settled, get back into the swing of things. Just, you know, everyone knows what it's like to move. I hate moving, and I have to do it again in the next, 6 months to a year. So it's like, man, but you know, got to do what you got to do, unfortunately. So
that's life, man. That's right.
Yeah.
And real quick, I just want to share before we go, this Monday, this 2 days from now, I'm very excited of the producer of the Still Screaming documentary, Anthony Mossy, is coming on my channel, and a Scream 5 on-set consultant, Nate Reagan, is going to be joining me as well. And he's actually holding, in that image, is an actual Scream 5 on-set ghost face mask that Radio Silence gave him after the film. That's actually one. It's in plastic. That was there on set. The real deal. That's actually the real deal right there. And he was called in. He's actually has a credit on Scream 5 credits. You'll see his name there as a consultant. And check this out. How would you like to have this job? So you're sitting in your house, your cell phone goes off, and it's someone from Spyglass or Project X. Heck, who knows? It could be Matt or Tyler. Who knows? Chad, and says, "Hey, we want to bring you in as a consultant for our Ghostface consultant because we want to make sure that the Ghostface costume is right." And that was his job. So he went in there he gave them guidance on the costume, the robe, the mask, everything else. And so he was there on set doing all that and got that mask. So guys, come check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're both going to be there at the same time. So we're going to be talking about the documentary and his experience working with the team at probably Radio Silence and everyone else over at Scream 5 for Nate and Anthony. So anyway, guys, it's Monday night, 9:30 p.m. You see it right there, Central Time. The stream is already set up on my channel, so you can go there right now and click it, set a reminder, smash that thumbs up button, and you'll be good to go for Monday. So I'm excited. It should be a lot of fun.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, guys, I guess we'll call it a day and have a wonderful rest of your night. Jake's stream's going to be slamming and jamming over there very, very soon.
Slamming and jamming, streaming and creaming, as they say.
Oh,
Nice. Nothing like a good cream.
Nothing like
Wow.
good cream.
Oh wow! I like the double stuff Oreo cream.
Yes.
That's my dream.
Is that what
I
it
want to
is?
be the cream.
I dream of cream.
Oh dang! All right,
I
guys.
dream while screaming some cream.
Oh, damn.
Man,
It's getting
Wow.
getting too sensual in here. A little,
It's getting-
too hot. Someone open a
very
window.
hot. Yes, exactly. But listen, guys, we'll be back together on Monday. Don't forget, 4:30 Central. Don't miss it. You don't want to miss it. And thank you guys for continuing to help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We are so close, guys. We're just barely over 200 away. So thank you. Anything that you can do, we much appreciate it. All right, guys. I will see you all later. I'll see you backstage, guys, in 2 seconds. Everyone else, have a great night. Adios, guys. See ya.